Last month, a NYC-to-Madrid ticket doubled from $362 to $715 in just 4 hours. Same seat, same flight. Stay with me, and you'll grab 9 booking maneuvers that slash prices, ending with the loophole that airlines are fighting to ban. What's the biggest overcharge you've spotted right before hitting buy? A Chicago teacher watched her Tokyo fare leap from $362 to $689, 91%. During a single 5-minute coffee break, airlines now run 15,000 price simulations per hour, nudging the figure whenever your cursor hovers, then storing that spike as the going rate for everyone opening the route for the next 6 hours. Breathe before clicking. Every sudden spike echoes like stacked landing fees on a private jet. In lab tests, researchers saw bots jack prices 8 times within a single browsing session. Wallet whiplash. The phantom demand pushes travelers into frantic buy now mode, cementing the fake high and robbing an entire day of Kyoto spending money. She resisted the reflex, waited, and 2 sunsets later snagged the same seat for $430. Sweet relief. Fix. Close every fare tab and set parallel price alerts on Google Flights, Hopper, and Skyscanner. Wait 48 hours before returning. When the algorithm stops detecting desperate refreshes, the fare often drifts back down 10 to 30%. Check the same itinerary from a work laptop on office Wi-Fi, then from a phone on a cellular. Split fingerprints can reveal hidden discounts. The algorithm aimed at a different market segment, shift departure to a Tuesday or Wednesday. Midweek runways let airlines swap smaller crews, so unsold seats get quietly discounted after midnight local time. European regulators flagged 12 artificial surge windows across 6 carriers in the past 90 days. The culprit isn't demand. It's the crumb trail of cookies, flagging you as an engaged buyer and nudging the algorithm to squeeze. Erase the fingerprints. Flip to incognito or a privacy-first browser, purge site data, then relaunch through a VPN node 2 countries away. Recloak every 20 minutes. A week-long test by a finance blogger saw average fares roll back 12% after each clean slate. Boost it further. Price the trip on your phone's data network while your laptop stays on home Wi-Fi. Then buy from whichever channel shows the lower total. Or set Google Flights to display in the airline's local currency. Hidden rounding tricks sometimes mask another 5 to 8%. Run a quote from a public library computer where cookies auto-purge nightly. That sterile profile undersold home searches by 9% in blind tests. Regulators are circling. Italy's antitrust agency fined 2 booking portals, 11 million euros for cookie-led surcharges. Circle day 34 after your planned departure and draw a big red X. Airlines file their deepest markdowns in that narrow window. Too late for corporate road warriors, too early for panic buyers. Yet most travelers still search either 6 months out or 2 weeks before and bleed cash. A UCLA study tracked 11 million domestic tickets. Fares averaged 18% lower at 34 days. Long haul, 24%. Chicago newlyweds, Jonah and Talia, hovered for weeks, saw prices creep from $480 to $550. Then day 34 watched a flash sale drop to $405 and locked in 2 aisle seats they thought were gone. 34 days. That's your sweet spot. Scour Google Flights price graph and set an alert. Exactly 37 days out, so the email pings when the 34-day trough appears. Book between 1 and 4 p.m. in the airline's origin time zone when unsold inventory reposts. On hub-to-hub routes, midweek departures carve another 6 to 10% because crew scheduling rules lower operating costs. DOT filing 14 CFR 399 lets carriers hike only once every 24 hours. So if you miss the dip, wait a full day before rechecking instead of doom scrolling every hour. IATA warns 2026 will compress booking curves by another 5 days. Master the sweet spot now before it shifts. Why did your roommate brag about paying $140 less for the identical seat? He slipped into a cheaper booking class buried inside the same cabin. Airlines juggle up to 26 fare buckets, each priced for a different traveler profile, but search engines default to the highest still open. Hidden code? Hefty bite. Economy Q class listed at $560, while Economy L sat at $419. Same seatback, same peanuts. Every extra tier you climb funds nothing but a line item on quarterly earnings. Buckets beat cabins. Always. Crack open item matrix, plug your route, and sort by booking class. If a lower letter shows 0 seats today, set a free expert flyer alert. When that class restocks even 1 seat, the system can auto-email you. Split a pair itinerary. 2 tickets on the same flight instead of booking both under a single record. Sometimes, only one cheap bucket seat remains. If you hold a mid-tier loyalty card, agents can downgrade your fare class without touching your seat, preserving mileage accrual while refunding the fare difference straight to your card. A Denver digital nomad shaved $180 off a Bali adventure simply by asking an agent to flip his R-Class 2N. After seats were recycled overnight, watch for a cross-country banter about capping bucket spreads. Airlines hate sunlight if these fixes are already trimming your ticket price. Hit subscribe and share this video with a friend who always pays too much. 4% of every ticket purchased abroad disappears before you click Confirm. Dynamic currency conversion, or DCC, masquerades as a courtesy but siphons your cash. The screen pops up, in your home currency. Behind that friendly flag, the processor slaps on a markup up to 7%, then bills the airline in the cheaper local tender anyway. Two prices, one flight. One London grad student paid £412 thinking she was safe, only to see her card statement list $548 after conversion spread. Gelato weekend gone. The rate is set by the payment gateway, not the carrier, so even headline sales bleed margin. Your travel budget erodes before you board. The rate is set by the payment gateway, not the carrier, so even headline sales bleed margin. Your travel budget erodes before you board. Force the terminal to charge in the original currency. Then let your cards convert at the interbank rate. Most premium travel cards refund foreign transaction fees and use MasterCard's midday wholesale rate, historically 1.3%. Under EU rules, merchants must post the percentage markup next to the converted figure. If it exceeds 3, snap a photo and dispute it through your bank. Average DCC markup 5.8, average genuine fee 1.8. Regulators plan to widen disclosure boxes by 2027. Until then, the trap stays wide open. A traveler woke on New Year's Day to see 78,000 loyalty miles lopped to 52,000. His career triggered an overnight devaluation, inflating award charts 33% while press releases slept. Programs can change redemption rates without notice because miles are legally promotional coupons, not currency. Suddenly, the dream lie flat morphs into a middle seat, or another year of points hoarding. Set free alerts on Award Wallet and Max My Points. They scrape carrier feeds every 6 hours and ping you if any zone jumps 10%. Redeem immediately or transfer to a partner before the gate slams. Keep a stash in flexible currencies like Amex membership rewards or Chase Ultimate rewards, so you can pivot to whichever chart stays sane. Under DOT Advisory, Circular 41, airlines must honor award seats ticketed before the devaluation, even if the itinerary changes. Lock segments now, tweak dates later. Average annual devaluation 4.9, average wage growth 3.2. Join foreign schemes like Avianca Life Miles or Air France Flying Blue, which must give 90 days notice by consumer codes. Analysts expect a fresh stealth deval wave next quarter as surcharges rise. Armor up now. You congratulate yourself on snagging a $79 basic fare to Cancun. Then, at online check-in, the screen flashes an unexpected fee. Carry-on 39, overhead bin booking 18, seat assignment 12. Final total 134, nearly 70% higher than the sticker. Baseline fare 79, post-fee stack 134. Utter extortion. Algorithms bank on the fact that you're already mentally sipping pina colada, so most travelers grudgingly click accept, funneling $800 million in ancillary revenue last quarter alone. One couple in Phoenix paid more in bag charges than the ticket itself after choosing the wrong fare family. The shock swallows your lounge day budget before takeoff. Avoid the surprise next time. Skip basic unless you can travel with a personal item only or better. Book the next fare tier if it includes a free full-size carry-on. The difference is often under $10 when purchased up front versus $40 at the gate. Several co-branded airline cards grant a complimentary overhead bag even on basic fares, automatically wiping the fee when the card is used at checkout. Under 14 CFR 255, airlines must disclose all mandatory carry-on charges before payment. If the fee surfaces later, screen capture the page and demand a refund through your card issuer. A Seattle grad student cited that regulation in a live chat and watched $39 evaporate in 90 seconds. 2 budget carriers will test cabin weight sensors in 2026, prepping an even steeper scale-based surcharge. Know the rules before that lands. Switch your virtual location before typing a single airport code. Airlines practice geo-targeted pricing, quietly indexing fares to local purchasing power and currency risk. Miami-Lima showed 220 on a Peruvian IP, 369 on New York broadband. Daylight robbery. Hidden location fees drained travelers an estimated $1.6 billion last year, according to a Skyscanner audit. An Australian backpacker shaved 140 off a Bangkok hop simply by tunneling through a Singapore server. Open an incognito window, fire up a reputable VPN, and cycle through 2 or 3 regional servers that match low-cost carriers' home markets. Then book in the local currency with a 0x fee card. Sometimes a neighboring country outperforms the carrier's base. Brussels IPs consistently undercut Paris by 7 to 11% on transatlantic Air France flights. Try both. Under EU Regulation 2016/679, websites must inform users when prices vary by location. If no disclaimer appears, screenshot the discrepancy and request a manual fare match via Twitter DM to the airline's social team. Public shaming works. IATA projects regional price fences could tighten by 15% during the next oil spike. Mastering the VPN hop today locks tomorrow's savings. Why does Atlanta-Seattle cost more than Atlanta-Seattle-Portland on the same plane? Airlines price long legs to poach coastal traffic, letting a shorter ride hide inside a longer itinerary. Savvy flyers bail at the layover. Skiplag's database logged 46,000 such bargains last quarter, average saving 33% against nonstop fares. One Charlotte coder forked $360 for a nonstop, but the hidden city variant rang up to $40, even after card fees. The identical seat, price masks everywhere. Check in, carry on, and quietly exit at your layover city while the through passenger manifests march on. Pause and think. Use hidden city search tools. Book one way and travel with cabin luggage only so your bag doesn't chase the second segment. Always attach a throwaway frequent flyer number from a program you never use. Some carriers purge miles earned on violated contracts. Under DOT Enforcement Memo 20231, airlines may cancel return legs if they detect a no-show. So pair the hack with separate positioning tickets instead of round trip. A Denver art student hopped off in Chicago, saved $118, and channeled it straight into the Art Institute gift shop. Her seat to Portland flew empty. EU regulators hint at banning hidden city price gaps by 2028. But analysts doubt the crackdown will stick. Learn the maneuver while the skies are still loophole blue. Before wheels lift, anchor the big 3. Outweight surge bots, scrub every cookie, and walk off at hidden city layovers for 30+% cuts. Deep breath, savings secured. Next video reveals how airlines weaponize the 24-hour rule to demand typo ransoms and the one-click escape hatch. Not financial, legal, or flight advice. Verify with official airline policy.